Good morning, dear students. Welcome to physics session. In the last class, we were discussing about force and laws of motion. All the laws of motion we studied, and all the concepts we finished in this lesson, I hope. Isn't it? Now, let us take up in today's class some problems related to this lesson. Okay, shall we start our problem solving? Okay. Now, see children, let us take up the example 9.1 in page number 120. A constant force acts on an object of mass 5 kg for a duration of 2 seconds. It increases the object's velocity from 3 meter per second to 7 meter per second. Find the magnitude of the applied force. First point, we have to find out the magnitude of the applied force. And now, if the force was applied for a duration of 5 seconds, what would be the final velocity of the object? If that force is applied for 5 seconds, what would be the final velocity? We have to find out. Now, let us try to solve this problem. Now, look at this. Let us take up this. Here in this, the initial velocity, it was changed to, observe children, here it was changed to 3 meter per second to 7 meter per second. So, u is 3 meter per second, v is 7 meter per second. For 2 seconds, here observe children, for a duration of 2 seconds. So, you have to consider t as 2, u as 3 meter per second, v as 7 meter per second. Find the magnitude of the applied force. Here you can observe mass is 5 kg. M is equal to 5 kg. We have taken down all the data given. Now let us start solving it. Which formula we can use, children? Actually we know from the second law, F is equal to M into A. We know this formula, right? But here A directly we don't know. So we are substituting that with v minus u divided by t. This is the formula for acceleration, rate of change of velocity. So here m is, substitute the values now. M is 5 kg, v is 7 minus 3 divided by t is 2. So 5 into 7 minus 3, 4 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. So we got 10. What is this? 10 is the force applied. So it is represented in newtons. We know that the unit of force is newtons. Right? So the first answer we came across. That is the force applied that we studied. The magnitude of its applied force. Now, if the force was applied for a duration of 5 seconds, so now t is equal to 5 seconds. If t is equal to 5 seconds, we have to find out the final velocity. So, what we have to do? We have to consider the same formula. F is equal to mv minus u divided by t. Okay. Now let us consider this f into t. Cross multiply this. F into t is equal to m v minus u. Right? Now f into t divided by m. Bring this m to this side. V minus u. Now what we need, children? We need only v. V keep here only. Take this u to this side. So what happens? U plus ft divided by m. We are getting like that. V is equal to u plus ft divided by m. Now, let us substitute the values for that. U is equal to how much? 3 meter per second. In the earlier, the section of that we wrote, that is 3 meter per second. So, u is 3. F is, we got just now, that is 10. T, it is changed 5 seconds. Divided by m is 5 itself, 5 kg. The object mass is 5 kg. So here we can cancel this, right? 5 cancelled. So 3 plus 10. Correct, children? So 3 plus 10 remaining. So it is 13 meter per second because it is the velocity, final velocity of the object. I hope you understood. This is the velocity, final velocity of the object when it is force is applied for 5 seconds. So we got 13 meter per second as the final velocity. I hope you understood this sum. Yes. Children, let us take up another example from the same lesson. Example 9.2. You can observe here. It is 9.2 here. Which would require a greater force? Accelerating a 2 kg mass at 5 meter per second square or a 4 kg mass at 2 meter per second square. Here what is given? Which needs greater force? Accelerating a 2 kg mass at 5 meter per second square. That means A is given and mass is given. A acceleration is given and mass is given. We have to find out the force in both the cases and we have to find out which needs greater force. Easy to do. Here see, in the first one, M1 is equal to how much? 2 kg. A1 is equal to 5 meter per second square. We use the formula F is equal to ma. We know that, isn't it? F is equal to ma. Let us find out the same in the first case. This is now first case. F1 is equal to M1 A1. So, M1 how much? 2 into 5. 2 5s are 10. What is the unit for force? Kg meter per second square. That means that is Newton. Kg meter per second square or 10 newtons. This is also we can use kg meter per second square we can use or newtons. So F1 is equal to 10 newtons. Let us now take up another one. Second case. M2 is equal to 4 kg. This is now we are considering second case. M2 and A2. So same formula. F2 is equal to M2 A2. M2 is 4. Here it is 4. M2 is 4 kg into A2 is 2 kg. So it is 8 kg meter per second square or 8 newtons. Here we can observe that F1 is greater than F2. Therefore what happened? F1 is greater than F2. Therefore accelerating a 2 kg. Which one F1? First one. So accelerating 2 kg mass at 5 meter per second square requires more force or requires greater force. Let us write greater force. Greater force. It needs greater force. So in this way we have to solve this sum considering two cases. First one and second one and comparing them. Here we can observe it is 8 newtons. F1 is 10 newtons. Which is greater? F1 is greater. So F1 means what? Accelerating 2 kg mass at 5 meter per second square. So it requires greater force. Understood now? Children, let us try to solve one more sum. Example 9.3. A motor car is moving with a velocity of 108 km per hour and it takes 4 seconds to stop after the brakes are applied. Calculate the force exerted by the brakes on the motor car if its mass along with the passengers is 1000 kg. We have to find out the force exerted by the brakes. A motor car is moving with a velocity of 100 km per hour. Let us try to solve this now. Here starting velocity is u is equal to initial velocity 108 km per hour. Comes to stop. It comes to halt. That means v is equal to 0 meter per second. we can consider it as, and it has taken 4 seconds. It takes 4 seconds to stop. So t is equal to 4 seconds, and in the end they gave along with the passengers 1000 kg. Its weight is, that is mass is 1000 kg. So mass m is equal to 1000 kg. But here what happened, children? U is in kilometer per hour. We have to convert that into meter per second. So what we have to do? 108 into 1000 divided by 3600 we have to do. Isn't it? Now let us cancel 3600 y 16 to 60. 1000 y, when we multiply by 1000 it is converted into meters. When divided by 3600, hours are converted into seconds. So 1 hour 60 minutes, 1 minute 60 seconds. So we are considering 16 to 60, 3600 here into 1000. So now let us cancel these two zeros. Then what happened here? Which table we can use? We can use 4 also. 4 9s are 36. 4 2s are 8, children. Here you can observe 4 2s are 8. How much remained? 2. 4 7s are 28. Here 4 9s are 36. Correct now. Next, 9 1s are 9 3s are. So what happened here? 3 10s are 30 meter per second. This has been converted into meter per second. Now let us continue with the sum. Now we know that F is equal to M into A, but A we don't know here actually. So U became 30 meter per second. We know that we have F is equal to MA, but M into V minus U divided by T, right? So here M is how much, children? 1000. So let us multiply 1000. V is 0. Let us try to substitute. Minus 30 divided by T is 4. Correct? Yes. We have substituted the values. 1000 into 0 minus 30. Why it is so? M is 1000 kg. V is 0. U is 30. T is 4 seconds. Now 1000, 0 minus 30, minus 30 itself divided by 4. Let us try to cancel this now. 4 1s are, 4 2s are 8. 2 remained, 4 5s, that is 4 5s are 20. 0 as it is. So what remained now? 250 into 30. So how to multiply? 25 3s are 75. First write as it is. Plus into minus, minus. 2 zeros are there. 2 zeros multiplied over. 7000 minus 7500. Observe, children, here. What is the sign? Minus 7500. We can write it as Newton or kg meter per second square also we can write, as I mentioned earlier. So it is minus 7500 newtons. What does this minus sign indicates? Negative sign indicates. Negative sign indicates that the brakes are applied in the opposite direction. Brakes are applied in the opposite direction. That indicates this point, in the opposite direction. Why do we get negative sign here? Because negative sign indicates that brakes are applied in the opposite direction to that of the motion of the motorbike. So easy to do, but you have to clarify all these points, conversion and all. Kilometer per hour is there, you have to convert that into meter per second, then only you can proceed. I hope you understood, isn't it? Then using the same formula, F is equal to MA, M into V minus U, like that. I hope you understood, isn't it? Yes. Children, now let us take up the sum related to the conservation of momentum. This is important sum. A bullet of mass 20 gram is horizontally fired with a velocity of 150 meter per second from a pistol of mass 2 kg. What is the recoil velocity of the pistol? Bullet and pistol is there. When bullet is fired from the gun or pistol, the bullet mass is 20 gram and its velocity is, after firing, its velocity is 150 meter per second. The pistol, the mass of the pistol is 2 kg. What is the recoil velocity of the pistol? We have to find out. Recoil velocity, when bullet is fired in the forward direction, it will recoil back. The gun will recoil back, as we discussed earlier in the lesson. It will recoil back. So, Newton's third law, according to that, it will recoil back. We have to find out that velocity of the pistol. Recoil velocity of the pistol. Shall we start? Solution. See here, children. When we take this here, M1 is 20 grams. Mass of the bullet. What is M1 here, children? Mass of the bullet. It is in grams. We have to convert that into kg. So, 20 divided by 1000. It becomes what? 0.02. That is 0.02 kg. It has been converted into kg in that way. And M2 is the mass of the pistol. That is 2 kg. U1 and U2. These two are the initial velocities of the bullet and pistol respectively. Both are 0. Initially they were not under movement, isn't it? Both were 0. V1, this is the velocity of the bullet when it is fired from the gun. Pistol 150 meter per second. V1 is 150 meter per second. This is the final velocity of the bullet. Let V be the recoil velocity of the pistol, which we have to find out. Recoil velocity, we have to find it out, children, isn't it? Now let us try to solve this. Now see here, how to do this. First, let us try to find out total momentum of the pistol and the bullet before the fire. Before firing, what happens to the momentum? Let us look at it. What happens to the momentum? See here, children. Now, according to that, the momentum before the reaction, that is M1 U1 plus M2 U2. This we discussed in the lesson, isn't it? M1 U1 plus M2 U2. Here observe, children, M1 is how much? M1 is 0.02 into U1 is 0, and also you can observe here U1 is 0 and M2 is 2 kg into this is also 0. So what happened? It becomes totally 0. Why? 0 into something is always 0, no? So we got kg meter per second. 0 kg meter per second. This is the unit of the momentum. You can observe, children. So this is the total momentum of the pistol and the bullet before firing. The total momentum after firing. Total momentum after firing, what happens? Let us see. After firing, we have to find it out. Now let us consider after firing what happens. Same formula, but we have to change the notations there. M1 V1 plus M2 V2. That is, V2 is taken as recoil velocity. We have taken it as V. So now M1 is how much, children? M1 is 0.02 into V1 is 150. We are substituting the values here. You can observe V1 is 150 meter per second plus M2 is 2 kg, that of the pistol, into V2 is substituted by V because recoil velocity is taken as V. I hope you understood. 0.02 into 150 because V1 is 150, M2 is 2 kg, V2 is substituted by V, recoil velocity, that we have to find out. Now multiply, what we will get? 15 2s are 30. After putting point we get 3. Correct? No? Here 0.02 into 150 children. Observe here. You can observe here 0.02 into 150. 150 2s are, that is 15 2s are 30. Isn't it? So what happened here? After point, that is here 150 is there, so it is here. After point there are 2 digits, so 2 digits. So 3. Here we get 3. 3 plus 2v, correct? 2 into v, 2v. 3 plus 2v, that is equation number 2, and this is equation number 1. So from 1 and 2, let us take up. According to which law? Law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. Both are equal. The momentum before the reaction is equal to momentum after the reaction. So, before the reaction from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 we get those two are equal because this is the momentum after the reaction. Before what we got, that is the momentum before the reaction. Here before the reaction we got 0 momentum. You can observe children, it is a 0 here. So 0 is equal to 3 plus 2v. 0 is equal to 3 plus 2v. Or 2v is equal to minus 3. V is equal to minus 3 divided by 2. That is V is equal to, how much it is? It is a minus 1.5. 2 1s are 2, 1 remained, 0.10, 2 5s are 10. So, but what is the sign? Minus sign, meter per second. What is this sign indicating? This sign indicates that the direction in which the pistol would recoil will be opposite to the direction of the bullet. The negative sign indicates that the direction of recoiling of the pistol will be opposite to the direction of the bullet. Opposite to the direction of the bullet. Direction of the bullet we can understand by these children. Okay. This much we can understand by the minus sign. This is about the sum related to the law of conservation of momentum. Children, let us try to solve one more sum related to the conservation of momentum. Here you see a girl is there on the cart. You can observe the picture here. This is the cart. Here is a girl. This is a wheeled cart. Wheel is there for that. Let us read out the sum now. Problem. A girl of mass 40 kg, her mass is 40 kg, jumps with a horizontal velocity of 5 meter per second into a stationary cart. Cart was stationary in the beginning. She is with the velocity, initial velocity 5 meter per second, and she jumps into the cart. Frictionless wheel, with the frictionless wheel. The mass of the cart is 3 kg. What is her velocity as the cart starts moving? When she jumps on it, it starts moving with the same velocity. What is her velocity then? Assume that there is no external unbalanced force working in the horizontal direction. No other force is there acting on the cart. So we have to consider only this one. So we have to find out what is her velocity as the cart starts moving. Here you can observe children, this is the cart and the girl. girl of 40 kg. She is with a velocity 5 meter per second jumping into this cart. And what is the, after jumping into it, what is her velocity after jumping? So let us try to solve this now. Okay. See here. Let V be the velocity of the girl on the cart as it starts moving. That's what we have to find out. So the total momentum of the girl and the cart before the interaction. Let us try to do this. As I told you, according to conservation of mass, before the interaction, the total momentum before the interaction is given by m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Here m1 is 40 kg, that is of girl. Here you can observe, children, m1 is 40 kg, m2 is 3 kg, and u1, that is of the girl, that is how much? Girls, how much here? Girl is moving with a velocity of 5 meter per second. u2 is 0 because stationary cart. So it is 0 meter per second. This we have to substitute here. m1 into u1. u1 is 5 plus m2 is 3 kg. u2 is 0. So 45s are 200. Here it is 0. 3 zeros are 0. So it is this much kg meter per second square. This is the unit for momentum. Kg meter per second, sorry. This is the kg meter per second. Okay. Now let us try to find out total momentum after interaction. After the girl has been jumped into the cart, what is the total momentum? It is given by m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here observe, children, v1 and v2 both are same. It is given by v. We have considered it as v. So let us try to write this. m1 is how much? 40. This is v. v1 is v. m2 is 3. This also v. So v can be taken outside, children. Both side common. Remains what? 40 plus 3 remains inside. V is common outside. Correct, no? Here you can observe 40 plus 3 into V here. So 40 plus 3, 43 V. So this is equation number 2. This will be the equation number 1. According to conservation of momentum. According to conservation of momentum, the total momentum before the reaction is equal to total momentum after the reaction. So this must be equal to this one. Correct, no? So here I have to equate 243V. 243V I have to equate here. You can observe, children, here. Yes. Next, let us equate that. 43V is equal to 200. Correct, no? From 1 and 2, this is from equation number 1 and 2 we got this. 43V is equal to 200. V is equal to 200 divided by 43. So this will become, here it is, obviously it is plus 4.65 meter per second. So this will be the equation. You can observe, children, 4.65 meter per second. I hope you understood. Isn't it? Yes. It is kg meter per second. Observe, children, here kg meter per second in all the sums it is. Example 9.6 also related to the conservation of momentum. Here also we are finding out the momentum before the reaction and after the reaction, and then we are equating them. In the same way, example 9.7 is also related to the same topic and concept. Easy one. Hope you understood. Isn't it, children? Yes. Okay then.